What's going on, guys, and welcome to how to hit Iridescent in Modern Warfare 3 ranked play. I actually just hit Iridescent last night. Now, I would have hit it sooner if I didn't get shadow banned, if I didn't get a bunch of scanner repairs, but it's COD, so you got to deal with it, you know what I mean? Also hit Iridescent quite a few times in Modern Warfare 2, so I'm really hoping that this will help you guys. Make sure to come over to the Kick. I'm live almost every day. And yeah, I'm going to put my game to Iridescent after this, and I'm going to talk over it, give you guys some tips, tell you what you need to be doing and what you need to look at if you want to hit this rank in the coming seasons. So the first thing I want to get into for this video is something that will only affect you, and that's kind of going to be on you to decide, which is your settings. You're going to want to feel like really comfortable with your settings. Like, you're going to want to move smooth around the map. You don't want to be like jerking and aiming and flicking everywhere, especially in higher ranks. That's not really going to help you too much unless you're really nice with it. But you really want to find your perfect sensitivity in FOV. It's going to be different for everyone. Also, your dead zones. I have my settings video in, I think, 2 videos back. So if you guys want to go reference mine and then build off that, you can. But you're going to want to have the perfect FOV and sensitivity because that's going to impact your personal performance. To get to this rank, you're going to need to be able to be comfortable and fragging majority of the games. Don't get me wrong, I have my bad games, but it's very rare. Unless I'm like streaming, because I do get some internet problems. But when it's really rare I have a bad game, and that's one of the things that makes a lot of these iridescence is the consistency. You don't need to be dropping 40, 50 bombs every game. You need to be consistently fragging, rotating, and helping your team, especially in these respawn game modes. Search or destroy is always going to be a 50-50. There's not much you can do about that unless you're scamming that and you're a search demon. There's not much you can do about that game mode, but your sensitivity and your FOV are going to help you so much once you get them to the right thing, because you're going to be moving so smooth around the map. You're going to be chowing everything so smoothly, and it's just all going to mesh together so well. And winning your ones is such a big part of this game that is going to help you so much, is just perfecting your settings. So I would recommend doing that before you get into trying to push for this. I would go play some 8s and all that. And I really wouldn't recommend you playing until you're like very positive. I know there's the BPL 8s that I did before ranked. Those are pretty fun. And those do help you like learn, get ready, learn the rotos, all that stuff. If anybody wants that in the comments, let me know and I'll link the Discord server. But there's so many 8th servers out there. I honestly want to make my own, which I probably will at some point. I also want to do a tournament at some point, so stay tuned for that. But back to what I was saying, you really just need to have that like perfected. I can't like necessarily tell you exactly what you should be running. Like I said, go reference my settings video, but I definitely switched my settings up from that video a little bit, and it's feeling a lot better for me, right? So I don't want to tell you guys exactly what to use, because that might not be what you guys like are comfortable with and what'll work perfectly for you guys, okay? So on to my next point, I want to talk about Gamesense. So Gamesense is basically, from what I gather from it, is knowing what to do. It's like a simplified term for that, I guess you could say. But the main thing I realized with a lot of the lower ranks, or I would say lower ranks, just the people who haven't been playing as long and aren't as experienced, they don't know what to do. Like, they just straight up don't know what to do. And that's going to be just straight from experience. Like, you're going to have to play and play and play. And over time, it'll become muscle memory, right? You don't just get on the game and become like a legend unless you have like prior experience. Like, I played COD back in the old CODs, and that's what helped me probably a lot to come to this game and hit Iridescent in Season 3 of Modern Warfare 2 right after I hit Crimson and started playing in Season 2 of Ranked Play, right? So that probably helped me a lot, but I was also playing a lot, right? And just learning. You know, I got slammed when I first started playing. I was playing on keyboard, switched to controller. That helped a lot. I would really recommend switching to a controller unless you're very skilled on keyboard. But over time, it's just going to be like you knowing what to do and your personal performance, right? So it boils down a lot to that. But also, you're going to need a good squad. But I'll get to that in a second. But knowing what to do is going to be a big thing in this game. I can't tell you the amount of times I've had like a guy on my team sitting in the back of the map when we're like needing to rotate or push a hard point, and they just straight up don't know what to do. And yeah, it's like that a lot of times. You know what I mean? It really just boils down to getting experience and knowing what to do. You can also tune into my stream or any like good player stream and see what they're doing and build off that. Definitely need to listen to callouts. That's obvious though. But callouts, I feel like a lot of people I play with just don't listen to callouts. Please listen to callouts. We're not common for no reason, right? So next thing I want to talk about is finding the perfect squad. You could have the best squad ever. You could have Scump, yada yada. Well, let me not say that, but you could have like a bunch of really good players, and you could still be losing games to people who aren't as good as you because they have better chemistry than you and they're rotating on time. You need your squad members need to know their role. All right. There's ARs, subs, flex, someone that plays aggressive, someone that plays time, someone that plays slow, all those different things. So you need to find that team that you mesh with. I was lucky to find these two guys that I've been playing with since Modern Warfare 2, and we really never break up that squad. So yeah, that's really helped me, is just having the same group of guys and playing with the same group of guys and getting these reps in with them and this chemistry. And also you need to be able to trust your teammates, right? If your teammate isn't the best, he's probably not going to make it to Iridescent. You could probably make it to Iridescent though. That's the thing. Their SR is going to make it, so they probably won't get there, right? But you'll be able to make it, so you kind of got to make the choice of whether, I want to keep playing competitively. I want to do its best to hit Iridescent and play that. It really depends what you're playing the game for. If you're playing the game just for fun, I don't know. Ranked is fun sometimes, but once you get up to the higher ranks, it does get a bit sweaty. But to me, it's still fun, unless I'm just getting like a terrible game. I want to also mention that a lot of times in this game, guys, you're going to have that one game where it's like your bullets aren't connecting. That is not you. It is the game. This game is just something else sometimes when it comes to hit reg and all that. But it's not you. Trust me. It's got something to do with the servers. You're not just like getting slammed. Unless it's like a really good team, then you're probably getting slammed. But yeah, that's one of the main things I wanted to mention just real quick, because I'm pretty sure a bunch of you have had those games. But yeah, next thing is going to be getting a good squad and building chemistry with them and making sure that it's an actual good squad. I just saw in the video that I peeked a bad angle. Don't do that for reference. But that's going to be a really big part of it, I will say, is having a good squad, because you can be frying. But if you don't have people like there rotating with you, getting your trades, all that stuff, then it's just like, okay, what are we doing? You know what I mean? So that's not the best. If you don't have a good squad, it's going to be really hard for you to hit it. And to get those better players, you're going to have to be better yourself. Okay? You can't just like expect to jump in a good squad just because you think you're the best and you're really not. You know what I mean? You're going to have to be putting out those numbers and doing the right things so the people you're playing with can see that and want to continue playing with you. Okay? And then one of the last things I want to go over is just winning your gunfights is going to be a big thing, part of it. That's just it right there. If you're winning your gunfights, it's helping your team so much. That's also ties back into settings. But in Hardpoint, let me go through all the modes real quick. Control, you're always going to want to go for the harder zone first, right? Never just cap the one zone. If it's a good team, they're going to hold that harder zone. You want to either cap that harder zone or just pretty much chalk that round. I'm not going to lie to you. If it's a good team, you are not capping that zone unless you get like extremely lucky. You get a 4 down, and yeah, it's not going to happen, right? So you guys need to be pushing that zone. If you don't get that zone, pretty much chalk the round. You can go and get the other zone, but get that zone for the ticks. But if if you don't get that one zone, you are most likely not going to win that round or that game if you cannot cap that one zone. And that's also going to tie back into your teammates fragging out with you and you fragging out in yourself. All right. I let this guy in tunnel kill me here because I was looking for one of their AR classes. Just a quick tidbit. But yeah, for control, go to the harder zone. Please, if your teammate is on that harder zone, do not even touch that other zone. I don't care if there's 30 seconds left. If he's on that harder zone in control to capture, go to that zone. Go to that zone, please, guys. Can't tell you the amount of times people have been like, at least 2 people have been on the harder zone capping and they just get pinched because everybody else goes to the other zone because there's no time left. There's a possibility that you break that zone, get that zone, and then have time to get the other one. So yeah, you're not going to break that harder zone unless it's a harder team to beat, right? Hardpoint, it's all up to rotations and winning your ones on those rotations. If you are consistently losing rotations, you either need to rotate or whoever's rotating needs to go and, they need to go and win those ones, or somebody has to win those ones. Search is always going to be a 50-50. Hardpoint is basically all rotating and winning your ones on the rotation. All right. So that is pretty much all the tips I have. If you guys have any questions in the comments, drop them. I'm going to do a part 2 to this probably. But for now, I think that was good. This was my Iridescent game. It was a pretty good game. But yeah, I hope that really helps you guys. If there's any questions, make sure to hit me up. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys have a good day and enjoy the video, and peace.
Definitely hit that hoe.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we can't keep up with them.